the lower body stretch to win sequence sped up quite a bit. So I start off with some hip circumduction to get the hip capsule to release, which for most people is very tight, and until you release it, you don't get anywhere near as good a results from stretching. Then I'd come in and take some leg traction, take a big breath in and exhale, which just gives the joint a little bit more space. Then I'd stretch the adductors, let the knee rock out to the side. So I take a stretch into the adductors using a little bit of P and air, take a breath in and exhale and relax, which opens up through the hips a little bit further, and the adductors for most people are very tight. Then I'd come into the glute sequence. So I'd start to warm the glutes up. The glutes are normally a common tight spot for a lot of people. I give a little bit more space to the glute. At the lower back, which just helps open up the fascia along the lower back. Warm up into the glutes. And I'd go into everybody's most enjoyable part of the session, into the glutes. So I'd work into the glute medius here, taking traction, stretching into the glutes, just letting that tissue release. Then I'd also work up higher into the glute max and also into the deep internal hip rotators, which for a lot of people carry a lot of tension and really restrict movement. I'd come out of the glute sequence into straight-legged hamstring work, and I'd cover all different angles of the hamstring, different angles all the way across the body, making sure the whole hamstring release. We then cover straight leg adductors, which for a lot of people cause medial knee pain and a lot of tightness through the hips, and then turn onto your side and maybe come around the other way up. And then finally I finish off by opening up the hip flexors, which for a lot of people shut down the ability of the glutes to work correctly, cause a lot of hip grabbing through the front of the hip. So I come into the hip flexor sequence, opening up the psoas and the iliacus. Then I'd work more into the lateral fibres of the hip flexor, which also gets into the iliotibial band and the TFL quite nicely. I'd work through the quads. Open up the whole fascial hip line. And then finally, take both legs out. I would finish off with a lateral line stretch, which for a lot of people will make one leg go shorter when it's tight. So taking the leg across the table, stretching out all the fascia, the iliotibial band, the TFL, the obliques and the lateral fibres of the glute. And then finishing off with breath in. A nice double traction for the hips, which gets everything moving much better. That would be 30 minutes per leg, slowed down. How do you normally feel after having that done, Dave?
Yeah, release a lot of tension, release, definitely.